يكسر يبعت ناس يحطموا يضربوا يقتلوا، ما طلع من امرهم شيء يعني صراحه بالاخر، لانه they're already done. ماتوا 3/4 بسوريا. وبعدين بروز عرفوا الشيعة بلبنان انه اذا فيك تعمل انستغرام اكاونت وتاخذ لايكات كثير على الانستغرام لانه عم تتساءل، بيجيك بنات على الدي امز تبعك بتصير مشهور، مش ضروري تصير شهيد ليحطوا لك وشك على بيلبورد لتصير مشهور، صار في alternative. والشاب شو بده ينيك؟ الشاب اللي بيعمل الحربجي شو بده يعمل؟ بده ينيك التستوستيرون. This is true. Soldiers are not highly functioning individuals, or they're basically people who need money. Nobody says I'm going to go fight in war because I feel like it. They do it because they want glory. So look at fucking horny motherfuckers. That's it. That don't have any game. They can't flirt. They don't know how to talk to women. They try to talk to women. They get nervous. So they're like, I'd rather go fight ISIS in Syria to get some pussy than to actually take care of myself over here. So that's who we're dealing with, just to be very clear. Okay? A bunch of fucking low-life cunts, to be very honest. These people that we are plagued by thankfully went to Syria and died. For the most part, a lot of them died. How stupid are you that you grow up in Lebanon, get used by a cult militia, sends you to Syria, and you die there, and you get less attention than a post that me or you might make on Instagram about fucking farting or something. Like, I love that. I love that if you're with Hezbollah right now, you literally gave your life up. You got a billboard in a street where everybody already knew who you were. And then Ilhama makes a post about a fucking video clip of Miriam Klink or some bullshit, and he gets way more fame than you did, and you died. What a fucking loser. And they pay your family in Lebanese pounds. Your family now has nothing. Nothing. You died, and your family has like $1 million Lebanese pounds a month. You fucking loser. And you got no pussy. You died before you could have sex.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I want to address a video that the live session I did with Ilhama Ghechamas yesterday, and a lot of people are getting offended at a specific part of it, and I just want to go ahead and clarify and apologize for any offense that my words cause. I wanted to do it in a post because I believe that if you mess up, you don't try to ignore or cower from the situation, you own up to it, period. What I said and the way it's going on online, and some people are sharing it, looks bad, man. It looks bad. It really does. And it offended a lot of people, and looking at it now, I'm like, wow, I can see that. I can see that. I see some of the comments, and I'm like, I see why people are offended, and I see how I offended people, so I have to apologize, because that's not, the way it's being interpreted is not what I meant to say. But what I said is the way it's being interpreted. Does that make sense? My words, the way I spoke, wrong. The things I said, the way I chose, trying to be funny, trying to make light of a very complex situation, blew up in my face really bad. And it's not a huge thing, but I've seen some of the comments. I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. But when you say that's not what you meant, or that's not what you intended, but it gets interpreted that way, that's on the person speaking. I spoke, my words failed, and I'm sorry. I need to clarify as well. I don't want to make excuses. That's why I don't want to sit here and be like, I didn't mean that, or this was out of context, or whatever. I'm sorry. I apologize. My words were very poorly chosen, and in the context of the live, I should have been more responsible, and I will be in the future. You can continue to hate me, and that's totally okay. But it's important for me to say that. Ilhama has nothing to do with this. He invited me on his platform. We were talking about a bunch of stuff. He was just being a polite host. Anybody who's directing hate towards him, it makes no sense. This is on me. Let's clarify now. I was not talking, and there's some people I saw comments online saying that I'm talking about Shia in Lebanon, which is an entire sect. I don't do blanket statements. I'm speaking about somebody very specific. Thugs. The words were meant towards thugs. Thugs in Hezbollah. I am furious about the state of my country right now. I am furious about the August 4th explosion, the lives lost. I am furious that our country is held hostage right now by the situation and the complexities of Hezbollah and Al-Awniyya and all of this stuff, that we can't do what is necessary to get ourselves out of this economic situation and disaster. We can't go to the IMF. We can't explore other options. We can't go after the money that's been stolen from Lebanese people. We can't go after the banks. It's a complete gridlock, and our people are suffering. My words are directed towards the enablers of that. They are not directed, to clarify only. They are not directed towards everybody who's ever lost their life in war. The war against ISIS in Syria has been going on for years. I'm talking about Sauda. I'm talking about the people who went into the revolution on motor scooters till Staizi and started attacking Lebanese people, their fellow brothers and sisters, with rocks, hitting them with sticks, with stones, breaking up their tents, shouting at them, screaming Shia, Shia, Shia. And we all knew at the time, and we clarified, these do not represent the Shia. And even the Shia came out and said, no, that's not us. I believe there needs to be an awareness that there are thugs in Lebanon that their actions hold the entire country hostage. I'm calling those people out. I tried to yesterday. It went way out of line. It was not correct, and I apologize for that. And I'm sorry. And I offended a bunch of people, and I'm sorry. And for anybody who has lost loved ones, who are really fighting for the best reasons and giving their lives because they were giving them for their country, and I offended you, wow, I am such a jerk, and I am so sorry. For anybody who has loved ones who did it because they hate Lebanese people, or they hate other religions, or they hate their other Muslims, or they hate their other Christians, or they hate Jews, and they did it because they want glory, and they did it because they want fame, and they want women, I'm not sorry to those people. Those were the words they were supposed to be directed at. So that's it. That's pretty much it. I'm going to leave this post up, and you guys can post whatever you want in the comments and hate on me as much as you like. That's totally fine. I talk for a living. If I say something, I got to stand behind it, or I got to disavow it. I'm disavowing it, and I'm saying what I said was wrong because it got way, way off what I wanted it to say. It didn't hit the target I wanted it to. So, yeah, failed, and I'm sorry. And I hope that the people who got hurt, who this wasn't intended to hurt, I hope you guys can forgive me. And I love Lebanon. I love every Lebanese person. I love people who are of all sects. I don't see sect. And I have a whole record of standing up for people and debating. And my track record speaks for itself. And I'm very proud of that. So, yeah. And my track record will include this. And will include this statement. And show that when you say the wrong thing and you mess up, you don't cower. You don't retreat. You basically say, whoa, yeah. Messed up. Even my fiance, she called me and she was like, Nimmer, what the fuck are you doing? Like that sound. I'm like, no, I was just joking around and I meant it to these people. She's like, that's not what it sounded like. And my fiance is Christian. So I'm sorry. That's it. And I want to make clear my stance so that people don't take it further out of control because of my words. And please do not talk to Ghed or Ilham or anyone. I was the one speaking. And even if he was laughing, you guys realize, like, he's a fan of mine, and he has me on his page, and I'm talking, he's being polite. Haram, like, he has nothing to do with this. Much love to him, and I thank him for giving me the opportunity to speak. The live talk, I'm very proud of. We talked about a lot of topics, and they were amazing. I'm not proud at all about what happened when I talked about Hezbollah, the way it went down. And it was an opportunity for me to make a good point, and I didn't make a good point. I didn't do it right. So once again, I'm sorry. And thank you for taking the time if you made it this far.